talk for a second about something that nobody really explains when you're trying to get your money together? I'm talking about the difference between a budget and a spending plan. Now, on a surface, they might sound the same, but the way they feel, it's completely different. And that difference in feeling is everything when it comes to handling your finances. If you ever tried budgeting and it felt like punishment, like someone else was telling you what you can't do with your own money, you're not crazy. That is how most people experience it. But a spending plan, that's a whole different energy. So let's break it all down together so you can get a clear picture and see how you feel about which way you prefer to handle your finances. Okay, so most of us, when we hear the word budget, we immediately think restrictions. Like, what do I need to cut? Where am I overspending? It's like putting your money on a leash. And for a lot of people, especially if you're even struggling with money or living paycheck to paycheck, it can feel like you're being put in a financial timeout. The psychology behind it is real. A budget often feels like someone else is telling you what to do with your money, even if you are the one making all the decisions. It's all about control, rules, and limitations. Now compare that to a spending plan. A spending plan is you giving yourself permission to use your money in a way that actually supports your life, your goals, and your reality. That's not restriction, that's empowerment. Think about it this way. With a budget, it's easy to feel like you're being forced to stick to a system that doesn't always match your real life. It's like trying to squeeze into pants that are two sizes too small. Sure, they technically fit, but you can't breathe. But with a spending plan, it's built by you, for you, you're in charge, you're calling the shots. It's not about what you can't do. It's about what you choose to do. That small mental shift of budgeting versus a spending plan is really about the difference between being controlled and taking control. When I finally stopped trying to force myself into a budget that didn't work and gave myself permission to make a spending plan that matched my actual life, that's when everything started to change. I started asking better questions like, what bills need to be paid with this paycheck? What upcoming expenses do I want to prepare for? Is there room for fun or a treat this week, even just a little? How can I make this plan work for me instead of trying to squeeze into something that isn't built for me? That's when money started to feel manageable. And honestly, it felt like I finally gave myself a seat at the table with my own finances. Now, let's be real. On paper, a budget and a spending plan might look pretty similar. You're still writing down your income, you're still planning out your bills and expenses, and you're still tracking. But it's a mindset behind it that changes everything. A budget can feel like a parent wagging a finger at you. A spending plan, that's you saying, hey, I got goals. I want to be intentional. I'm not depriving myself. I'm directing my money. This difference can be the thing that helps you stay consistent instead of giving up. Because no one sticks with something that makes them feel restricted forever. But we do show up for plans that makes us feel supported and seen. When I first started really trying to get out of that, I went through all the usual budgeting stuff. I downloaded apps, I made super tight budgets, I tried to control every dollar, and every time life threw a curveball, my plans fell apart. It wasn't because I was bad with money. It was because I was trying a tool that didn't fit how life actually worked. Messy, unpredictable, and sometimes expensive. So what really helped? It was simple. I made a spending plan instead. One paycheck at a time, no shame, no guilt. Just a plan that says, here's what I need, here's what I got, and here's how I'm going to make it work. Now, if you're wondering where to even start with a spending plan, I'll tell you what I used. I put together my own step-by-step budgeting spreadsheet because I was tired of guessing my way through the month. It's made for people like us, busy, real-life people who needs a simple, flexible way to plan around the income and bills we actually have. What I love about it is that it's built for paycheck and the calendar method. So whether you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or whatever money comes in, it helps you figure out exactly where it needs to go. No overwhelm, no fluff. But it also gives you the flexibility to change your personal method from month to month. If you like the zero-based budgeting, you can do that. If you use credit cards, you can track that as well. If you like the anti-budget method, you can do that too. If you're interested in the spreadsheet, I'll leave the link to the spreadsheet in the notes below. But whether you use a spreadsheet, a notebook, an app, or the back of a receipt, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you stop thinking of this as punishment. You're not in trouble, you're not failing, you're learning how to use your money on purpose. That's what a spending plan is. A budget says you can't, a spending plan says you choose. And that mindset shift, that's what gives you the power back. So if you're ready to stop feeling like your money is running the show and you're ready to start taking control in a way that feels good, then try making a spending plan instead. Start with one paycheck. Ask yourself what you need to cover. Make room for something small that brings you joy. Adjust as you go. This doesn't have to be perfect. It just have to be yours. If this gives you a fresh way to look at your money, tap the like button so more people can find it. And if you want more real, judgment-free talk about money, budgeting, spending plans, and all the everyday stuff in between, hit the subscribe so we can hang out. And if you're ready to start your own plan and want something simple to guide you, you can grab the step-by-step budgeting spreadsheet below. I made it easy to use and flexible so you are in control. Thank you for spending a little time with me today. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.